It's now time for the morning show on XL7-TV.
And welcome to the morning show on XL7-TV.
You almost did it.
I'm David Stroud here with Scooter Scott Callies.
Whoop whoop.
How are you?
I'm doing better today.
Yeah? Because
Yeah.
you got to see me.
Exactly. It always makes my day better.
Yeah.
Now, I've been a little under the weather over the weekend, and then yesterday I was a little rough, but I'm feeling better today.
Good.
My voice is starting to sound a little better. So
Right. I hate being sick.
I was a little scratchy yesterday, a little gravelly.
What, do you think you had COVID?
No.
Everything's COVID now.
Oh, yeah, everything.
You go get a COVID shot with a flu shot. It's I guess
It's
it's
just
never
normal.
going away. It's normal now. It's the new normal.
So here's my big question.
Okay.
Are you done?
99%. It's at
You
home.
knew exactly what I was talking
It's
about.
at home. It's at home. We took it home. Lights on the trailer working. Exterior,
He's
interior.
building his own camper trailer,
Tiny camper.
tiny camper. Mm-hmm. And we've been talking about it. We did show pictures one time. We need to do that again once it's. But that was a big thing. He had just a little bit to finish, and then the weather and everything's kind of pushed it off to where he just couldn't. And that's why I was curious.
Yep.
Is it done?
Yep. Oh, we could throw the mattress in it right now and go camp in it. There's just little touches. You got to put this rack shelving on the left-hand side. Got to buy some shades or curtains to put over the windows.
Yeah.
Put a little bit more of that stick and peel flooring down.
Okay.
Because we had the left and the right side that we weren't going to put it, and now we are going to put it. So, but the outside's done in the way that I'd still need to sand and smooth it, because that stuff worked. We got the wood glue and the sawdust, and it's put it in the gaps, and it's hard as a rock.
Awesome.
But, I mean, we just smeared it all on there so it doesn't.
So you got to sand it all.
Yeah, I
got
got to sand it back down to the wood because it's, smeared. But it's going to hold. I mean, that stuff, I couldn't believe how strong it felt. You can't
cool.
even, there's no fingernail. It's hard as a rock.
That's cool.
Yeah. It's going to hold together real good.
Real good. Mm-hmm. All right, I'll wait on getting pictures until it's done.
I know, done. Which, I mean,
but at least you got it at the house. That'll make it a little easier.
Yep, took it from my brother's to the house, and some people probably saw us going through town. We stopped at the car wash. I needed to spray off the fenders because I got to repaint those.
Yeah.
From the stuff that fell down on them, and I got to scrape it off.
Gotcha.
And some of it didn't want to come off when I was power washing it, so I'm going to have to use a chisel.
Or a grinder.
Or
Just
something,
grind it off.
because it's hard as a rock on the fender.
I got a little battery-operated grinder if you need it.
Oh, I've got,
Okay.
I've got
Just take it off.
Oh, yeah. I've got one that I used to smooth the wood down to start because some of it had rolled.
Gotcha.
From when we nailed it on, and so I had to do the top and the bottom edge just to kind of make it straight again. So,
gotcha.
I mean, we bought the cheapest fencing you could buy for the wood for the siding, But
That's funny.
It looks good. Roy was talking about that. If it does separate, if it does shrink and separate, it won't be where we put the wood glue and the sawdust. It'll be in the middle of the wood.
Oh, yeah.
That's where it's going to separate now. So, but it's been on there for so long that I don't think it's going to shrink.
It's probably already dried out and
I
done
think
its
it is.
part.
I think it's done. Yeah. So
that's cool. Anxious to see the final, and we will get pictures and a video, and we'll have to show that.
Oh yeah,
we've been talking about it
for a year.
Yes,
it was actually a year to the day yesterday. We took it home the 19th, but yesterday was the day we started it because I took pictures of the trailer because I had cut off a bunch of stuff and took the wood where the carpeted wood where the boat came up on it, and then there was wheels and all that.
Oh yeah, all that had to come off.
So all that had to come off. But at first was to get the other part, and then I took it to Roy's, and that was November 20th of last year that I did that and took it to Roy's.
I'll be darned.
It took a year.
That's not that bad though, to be working just a little bit here and there and getting it knocked out. That's not bad.
Every few Sundays,
Heck yeah. Mm-hmm. Awesome.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
Congratulations.
All right. 5 minutes is up.
Show's over. No. All right, we've got a show to do. We've got our guests already here.
Yeah, ready to go. Should we start?
3, 2, 1.
Hospice of the Ozarks. They sponsor the morning prayer. Since 1979, they believe that every individual is unique, special, and worthy of quality end-of-life care. Hospice matters. The end of life deserves as much beauty, care, and respect as the beginning. Still a nonprofit for 501c3, there has never been a charge to a patient or their families for hospice care, and this commitment remains a part of their mission.
I like that part, though.
Yep. No cost.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Let's pause now for the morning prayer. Dear Lord, Thanksgiving is Thursday, and I'm thankful for my family. I'm thankful for my friends, for Scooter here at the station, that we have so much fun on the show. I'm thankful the area we live in, the Ozarks, is beautiful. Arkansas, the USA, the world. I'm thankful that you made it. You made us, and I hope that we can do better and come together as one nation again. But I'm thankful that I'm here and alive and enjoying life. And as always, watch over our children, our first responders, and our military, those that put themselves in harm's way for our freedom. This I pray, amen.
Amen.
Hospice of the Ozarks. Give them a call at 870-508-1771. Ask them about respite care. You're taking care of somebody, especially, during the holidays. Not saying, take them up there during the holidays, but, so you can go out and maybe do some holiday shopping. I don't know. You just need a break because, as Scooter says, if you don't take care of yourself, you can't take care of somebody else.
Exactly. You got to take care of yourself first. If not, taking care of somebody can be very stressful, and they can play a lot of dues on your own body, so and your own health. So you got to every now and then take some time for yourself, and that way you're rejuvenated and can help the loved one you're trying to.
That's right. Give them a call, 870-508-1771. And you can set up a time for a couple days, maybe a day or two, take a little break. And I guess we'll take a little break for Bob and Linda Zadora of the Z Team.
Well, folks, have you been trout fishing before?
Not since I was a little kid.
You'll do fine.
Hey, what are you doing?
Aren't you coming along?
See you downriver.
How do you start this motor? I've never been in a boat before.
See you downriver.
Well, folks, have you sold a house before?
Yeah, about 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you'll be okay then.
You sure?
Where are you going?
See you at the closing.
Hey!
At the closing.
We should have called the Z Team.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. Bob and Linda Zadora of the Z Team. They can help you out if you're looking to buy or sell a home. Bob was here last week filling in for Bob.
He was.
And did real good.
I mentioned that yesterday. He did a outstanding job. He did a great job filling in, and you filled in for a couple days. So it made it work.
Yeah.
It was cool. You filled in at the Lions Club.
The Lions Club, which I think went real well.
It was a success. I haven't heard the final numbers, but it was a success. It went really well. They got everything done. They were down to the wire on the last day. I mean, they had that many items. I mean, they were down to the last seconds pushing stuff out. But it was really good. I heard it was a great success for them. Like I said, I hadn't got any final numbers or anything yet.
But it worked out. Very nice. Very good.
It was cool.
Yeah.
It's always a lot of fun.
Right.
I appreciate you guys filling in and helping out.
No problem. No, I like it. It's like I said, I'm sitting there bidding, and they don't even know. The auctioneers are sitting there, and they see my alias pop up, and there he is again.
Don't even know it's you.
Yeah. But, yeah, I bought a few items, and a couple of them were gift baskets that Carla will rearrange and, give them to somebody else. We're not going to keep them, but that's what I bought them for, was to...
Christmas gifts.
It's exactly.
Yeah, they're perfect. Great. They work great for that.
Yeah, very good.
No problem.
Yeah. Anyway, Bob and Linda Zadora of the Z Team. Give them a call, 870-405-0793. Go to retiredarkansas.net and find this beautiful view of the White River.
It's nice this morning. You can see we've had rain. You can see that kind of that muddy bank coming out.
Yeah.
It's resetting.
You had to say something.
Oh, it'll come right back.
Beautiful white river, the Horseshoe Bend, and off to the right in the distance is Mountain Home. In the center is about Missouri, and to the left is Bull Shoals. Brought to you by Bob and Linda Zadora of the Z Team, and way of cameras on the back of their house that you can find at retiredtoarkansas.net. They use YouTube. It's connected through there. And this one moves around and zooms in and out different areas. I like when it zooms in on a fisherman when they're, because sometimes we've caught them out there.
Oh, yeah.
They'll be wading out in the water, or the
quite
boat
a
will be
few
going
times.
by. Mm-hmm.
It's be a little chilly for me this morning. I'm not that big of a diehard.
No?
Nah.
I've been
I
out
love
there.
fishing, but
I've been out there with my brother when it was on the lake, when it was snowing and we were bundled up and we were still freezing.
now, don't get me wrong. I've been on the river bundled up and freezing my butt off before. It's just
Never again.
yeah, don't need to.
Yeah.
I can wait.
Me neither. A beautiful shop brought to you by Bob and Linda Zadora. Like I say, if you're looking to buy or sell a home, maybe it's time to get out of the bigger house, move into something smaller. They are a senior real estate specialist. Wow, we got the timing right. Scooter Mountain.
Yes.
Anyway, I was on a word track.
Out in Missouri. We have no clue what the actual name of that mountain is.
Sure
so
we
we
do.
dubbed it Scooter Mountain.
It's dubbed the Scooter Mountain. I'm telling you, it will catch on.
They will catch on and it'll become Scooter
And
Mountain.
one day you're gonna
I'm
hear
good with
somebody
that.
talking about, I was out at Scooter Mountain the other day, and you're gonna go,
I'm going to ask exactly where is that?
Yeah.
I know by the way a bird flies, but all I know is that's up in Missouri.
right? Well, it looks like most of the trees have changed, so I guess
Most of your leaves are about gone.
we fell into winter.
Most of your leaves landed at my house.
I did some leaf blowing the other day, and big piles.
I'm going to try
Sunday.
to today if it dries up a little bit as the day
Yeah.
goes, but it's been a little wet. So
I got piles of wet leaves now.
yeah.
At least they, if the wind blows, they won't be apt to move so far and spread back out all over the yard.
Yeah, I knew better than to try to pile them up yet. So I usually mulch mine. I got a big mulcher, so I'm just going to run it,
Very
mulch
good.
it, and
Oh, we're just gonna mow over it.
there you go. Same thing, mulching it with
Yep. With the mower.
yeah.
Very good. Anyway, I've lost my train of thought.
The Z Team.
Yes. Just kidding. They are senior real estate specialists, so if you have a bigger house, maybe you live outside of town, and it's time to get something a little bit smaller, a little bit more manageable, easier to keep clean, they can help you sell that house to somebody that's, growing in family size. They've
Yep.
got a couple kids, and now they will need something a little bit bigger, and you need to move back to town. You got more doctor's visits, just the nature of the beast, isn't it?
It is.
They
It
can
is.
help you with that. Bob and Linda Zadora of the Z Team are consummate professionals that have reviews that you wouldn't believe. You could go read about how they've taken care of their customers from start to finish. They don't just list and leave you. And later on in life, they want to see you. They want to see you at Walmart. Hey, there's Bob. There's Linda. They're my realtors. And that you're happy to see them. That means the most to them in this
It does.
business.
It does.
Very good.
They're great people.
That's a beautiful view.
It is.
Time to do the weather.
What's the
Brought to you by-
temperatures looking like?
Well,
It's a little chillier.
I think, they're not bad, though. In Mountain Home, it's 47. Harrison at 44. Batesville at 52. Yellville at 47. Marshall at 52. Salem at 45. Mountain View at 52. Calico Rock at 47. West Plains, Missouri at 45. Springfield at 42. Poplar Bluff at 50. And St. Louis at 46. It's not bad.
Not bad.
Really, I mean, this vest on and a long sleeve shirt, it's just fine. National Weather Radar shows pretty much the East Coast covered up. You can see that it's passing from the Gulf of Mexico all the way up to Michigan. You've got pretty much the Gulf has most of the harder activity with the reds and yellows down there. But Alabama and Georgia, South Carolina, into Tennessee, the activity, it stretches all the way up to the Great Lakes. It's past our area. I don't think our neck of the woods really has anything. Maybe Jonesboro.
Even though we had a lot of moisture in the air, but
it just didn't fall.
yep.
Yeah. It may be over in the Boot Hill of Arkansas later on today, but it's patchy at best. Watches and warnings across the states is looking good for Arkansas and Missouri. 7-day forecast. See patchy drizzle, then mostly cloudy. The chance is 20%, so be rare. High of 50 tonight, decreasing clouds. Low of 32. Wednesday, sunny, high of 49. Wednesday night, clear, low of 29. Thanksgiving Day, sunny and high of 57. I'll take it. Thursday night, partly cloudy, low of 34. Friday, partly sunny, high of 52. Friday night, partly cloudy, low of 33. Saturday, partly sunny, high of 48. Doesn't look too bad. Norfolk Lake water levels at 553.47. Level is 1.47 feet above full pool. And they're shut down, but do have a spillway gate open. Bull Shoals Lake water levels at 652.75. Level is 6.25 feet above full pool. And they are still just generating one. That is Look at Your Weather, brought to you by the Z Team. We're going to go ahead and take a break. Come back with community news, brought to you by Ozarks Farm and Lawn in Mountain Home, Arkansas.
Mow, dig, haul. The L-Series compact tractor offers ultimate versatility, along with a great ownership experience and service that only a local Kubota dealer can deliver. The #1 selling compact tractor in Arkansas, and built-in quality and reliability for a great price. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today. Get the L-Series tractor for 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months.
For all your Kubota needs, visit Ozarks Farm and Lawn in Mountain Home.
Welcome back to the morning show. This part of community news is brought to you by Ozarks Farm and Lawn, the dealership that deals. Located at 4423 Highway 62 West here in Mountain Home. If you need a tractor or lawnmower or parts service,
you can't miss them.
Deal. Yes, you can't miss them. They're on the right-hand side as you're heading out of Mountain
They have
Home.
got tractors lined up down the road from one end down to the other.
That's it.
And then behind that's a bunch of implements. They carry so many implements, so many things. What's really cool is you get to go out there and you can test drive any one you want and find the right one for you.
Yeah, they got a big enough spot you can move it around.
They got some dirt piles out there. You can move some dirt around. You can do some different things with it.
They let you do that?
Oh, I'm sure they'll let you do anything. You're buying a tractor.
Right, you want to know.
Yes, you got to know this one's going to do what I need it to do.
Yeah, you want it to pick up that dirt and set it back down real good.
They've got a huge parts department. They carry a lot of parts in stock. They got a huge service center with some great techs. They can take care of you either way, whether you bought the mower from them or not. They can get you taken care of and get you back to running.
Very good. And with rebates and 0% interest right now, if you're paying cash or need a little financing, well, you don't find 0% anywhere, especially up to 72 months on select tractors. So you need to go by there and take a look.
Go to their website, take a look, go by, drive a tractor or two.
Yeah.
Say, hey, this one's for me.
Tell them Scooter sent you.
Yeah, tell them Scooter sent you.
He said you can drive a tractor.
There you go. They'll let you drive a tractor.
Very good. And in community news, the First Baptist Church of Mountain Home is inviting you to their Living Nativity Scene. Have you been to that?
I have not.
You have not?
No, I'm planning on it.
You got to go by. It's really cool. November 30th through December 3rd from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. They have live animals, a petting zoo, free hot chocolate and cookies. They'd love to see you there. That's at First Baptist Church of Mountain Home. They're on Spring Street. And they wish you a Merry Christmas and a blessed New Year. It's really, we go through there every year.
I think you enter from Spring Street, don't you?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
what I thought.
And this still share a slice?
Yep. It's still up there on the door.
Share a slice with someone in need at Brick Oven Pizza. Enjoy 10% off your meal when you donate canned or dry goods to families in need. So go by there with a can of corn or...
That's a heck of a deal.
Yeah, whatever can you need to get 10% off. That is a good deal. I appreciate that. And the Baxter County Library's Family Jolly Day Bash, Saturday, December 9th, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. of a cookie walk, face painting, crafts, bingo, piano players, and more. And you can see Santa. Are you going to go and see Santa?
Last time I got called out by Santa, so I'm trying to be a little careful.
Story time and photos with Santa's at 10:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. So you got a 1 hour window. You want to go by there. But I mean, the library, look at all the things they do. This is on their website. You can find this inside the library or at the Chamber of Commerce. It's their guide, and you can click through it right here and see all the things they do, different times. And the Ales and Tales, December 12th, A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. You can join Rathsparrow Brewing Company every second Tuesday at 6 p.m. for a live reading. So, yeah, just all the things that they do. Go by the Baxter County Library. You got kiddos, you really need to take them in there. They do so many wonderful things for us.
We have a beautiful library.
Yes, we do. And with that, that's a look at our community news. We're going to go ahead and take a break. We're going to come back with Cody Wyatt of the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission with Wildlife Management.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detailed services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, it's our desire that you think about finding a way to live your life to the fullest while living with a serious illness. If you ever need help and support, we provide a team of healthcare professionals and volunteers that will support your physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of life while doing the same for your family and caregivers in the comfort of your own home or wherever you call home. When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, we hope that you grant us permission to walk on the journey with you. Your not-for-profit option since 1979.
When you're out of town, make sure your pet is with someone who will love them as much as you do. At 201 Pet Salon and Resort, your pet is cared for just as they would be at home. 201 Pet Salon and Resort is the only all-suite climate-controlled and air-filtered boarding facility in the area with private and spacious rooms to keep your pet relaxed. And with over 3/4 of an acre of fenced play area, your pet will receive the proper exercise they deserve. 201 also offers professional grooming services. Your best friend is in good hands at 201 Pet Salon and Resort in Mountain Home.
Hello from your Z-Team, Bob and Linda Zadora, executive brokers at Century 21 Lemack Realty. Thanksgiving is our favorite time of the year. It's the one holiday whose name itself focuses on the theme of the day, giving thanks.
Please take time to treasure and thank all the people in your life. Give special thanks to God for the freedoms and liberties that we enjoy in our community and our country. We do.
We wish you all a blessed Thanksgiving holiday.
Providing caring, compassionate services at an affordable price is our goal at Connor Family Funeral Home. Connor Family is a full-service funeral home that treats our friends and neighbors just like family, with a wide range of services and options to meet your family's needs and customs. We are the first on-site crematory in the area. Connor Family addresses all the details with no hidden fees, so you can rest assured that you are treated like family for a more personalized and worry-free service. That's Connor Family Funeral Home, where compassion and affordability meet, located in Mountain Home.
Jim.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. Today's guest is Cody Wyatt with the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission. He's part of Wildlife Management. How are you?
I'm doing excellent. I appreciate y'all having me on.
Thank you for coming on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I always meet somebody new now. I've met so many of you that work with the Arkansas Game and Fish. I like to start out by asking where you're from and how you got into a career with wildlife management with the Arkansas Game and Fish.
Yeah, I am a local. I grew up in the on the banks of the Buffalo River in Newton and Searcy County, and still live there. Still fortunate enough to raise my family on the same farm that I grew up on. Wildlife conservation and land management is kind of in the family. My dad's been a forester for about 35 years in the area. And so I went to Arkansas Tech and got a degree in wildlife biology, and started with the Game and Fish almost 17 years ago, and actually started in the fisheries division and working on the lakes and the rivers, and a few years ago come over here to the wildlife side, and I often say the blessing is I get to do the same thing for work that I do for fun, hunting and fishing, and then I get to go talk about hunting and fishing for a living. So that's an incredible blessing for sure. And then
that seems to be the consensus with everybody that comes on the show. They absolutely love working for Arkansas Game and Fish.
Absolutely.
It's a passion.
It is. That's it. It's one of those things that it's not a lot of people not a lot of people get to enjoy their job, but we certainly do. It's something that we take serious, but then again have a lot of fun with it. So
you never work a day in your life, right?
Nope, that's right. If you enjoy what you're doing, that's how it works out. So
yep,
that's the blessing of it. So
very good. So what can you tell us about what you do? You are in wildlife management, and we play those videos sometimes when a guest isn't able to make it in, of the bears, where they track the bears, and
yes,
is that the part of it?
That is part of it. So wildlife management is the goal of the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission in regards to wildlife management is to manage the wildlife for people to enjoy, whether that be hunting or just recreational wildlife watching or whatever else. My job is a little more specific in that I'm a private lands biologist, and so I help folks out with managing their land for whatever their goals are. If it's to have bigger deer, if it's to have more turkeys, if it's to try to restore quail habitat, or if it's just to have a good conservation-minded farm. I help people find, first of all, the technical advice to exact those management practices, and then also we connect people with cost share programs that can help fund some of that work. So that's particularly my job. I cover Northwest Arkansas, so basically from here to the northwest corner of the state. But we have private lands biologists in every section of the state, and we're here to help. Like I say, our contact information can be found on agfc.com, but we're here to help private landowners. The thing is, the private land accounts for about 90% of the state of Arkansas.
Yeah.
So if we did the best job in the world on the 10% of government-owned land, it's still just a small drop in the bucket.
Barely touching it. Yeah.
So if we can get out and help folks with their goals in mind, help them better manage their property for wildlife, then we're doing a great service. And like I said, we have a lot of willing folks and a lot of people doing great work out there across the landscape.
Yeah. Definitely. When we had one of your coworkers come in, they were talking about the cedars. The guy had, I think, 40 acres, and he'd cut some 3,000 cedars down, but very invasive.
They are. So cedar is a native tree to Arkansas. But what has happened is we have taken fire off the landscape, and trees that otherwise wouldn't thrive have outcompeted the native oaks and hickories and other trees that are normally the dominant trees across the landscape. And so what has happened is these cedars have came in, they block out the sunlight from the ground and basically create a desert, food desert underneath those things. So that's one of the great things that you can start on. That's an easy one. It's a lot of work, so it's not easy in that regard, but it's an easy concept, is just to remove the cedars off of your property. Once you do that and you put prescribed fire back on your landscape, and that keeps everything in check and keeps it balanced. What we're aiming for is the landscape that was originally here. The animals are adapted to that. Like I say, the trees are adapted to that. And if you look at old fire scarring on trees that are hundreds of years old, you see that fire come across this landscape every 5 to 7 years generally. And once you take that out of the picture, Smokey Bear was a great campaign. It was a necessary campaign because wildfires were a great issue and still are. But it convinced people not to burn at all in many cases. And so what we're looking to do is, in a safe and planned method, it's a prescribed fire, there's a prescription for it, put fire back on the landscape. And that's the kind of technical advice that the private lands biologist and folks like me and other agencies, it's not just us, the USDA, the NRCS offices, and all the other alphabet organizations that do land management can help you prescribe fire and get it back on your landscape. And so that's huge. If you do those two things, you get rid of your cedars and you put fire back on your landscape, you're going to have such better wildlife habitat, places they can feed, places they can raise their young, a place that they can shelter, and like I say, it's better for if you're hunting or if you just enjoy watching the wildlife or whatever. You're really better off by managing your land that way. So
and that's being on this show and interviewing you guys, my brother bought some land up in Clark Ridge, and I don't think it's ever been managed.
Right.
And so cedars everywhere and thick leaves to where, he's piled them up and he's done some burning. Just this past weekend we did some more burning, but underneath what he did burn was more leaves.
Yeah.
Because he's got the road and he did the fire line and we burned to the road, and then when he went back this next weekend, there were still more leaves.
That's right.
It's how thick it is.
That's right.
So he's working on cutting all those cedars out, and it's going to take a long time. It's not real big. It's 13 acres, but they talking about that those trees do cover the floor, and there's nothing to eat for the animals.
No, and it is incredible what you can reawaken once you get rid of those leaves, and once you put sunlight back on the ground. The native seed banks can last for 100, 150 years. There's seeds in there that will regenerate.
Yeah.
Now, there are some things introduced, like Sericea lespedeza and some other plants that can be problematic. Sometimes we got to go in there with some herbicide and push the reset button that way. But generally, it's the cheapest food plot you can get because you're not having to plant some expensive seed. You're not having to fertilize. These things are native seeds that are used to growing in the soil that is naturally there.
Yeah.
And so once you remove those leaves, you get the sunlight on the ground, you can get this incredible herbaceous sprouting underneath those oaks and hickories that were natively there. Now, like I say, people think, well, I don't want to cut any of my oaks, but sometimes there's too many oaks.
Yeah.
You need spacing. And I bring it up this way a lot with folks. If you have an oak in your yard, that's usually the most productive oak you have on your property because it's open, it has this great big canopy, and the acorns that it produces is just incredible. Well, it's the same way in the forest. Why not have them oaks spaced out? Why not have sunlight on the ground in between those oaks and let that oak mature with a great big canopy, and it's going to put off more acorns in the fall. And then in the summer, when there aren't acorns, all that herbaceous undergrowth is going to give something for the deer to eat. It's going to give something for the turkeys to raise their young in, so that the hawks and the owls can't get to them as well. It's going to give places, like I say, you can have these little shrubby patches around the edge of your property. Like I say, where if a hawk does come over, baby turkeys and quail can dive in and avoid predation. So you need this mix of different habitat types, but it all is made better with prescribed fire. So we preach that over and over and over, and people finally we kind of wear them down. They're finally like, okay, I'll burn it, But it really is the natural order of our habitat in this area is put fire back on the ground. Like you say, it's not a one and done thing.
No.
Because there are multiple layers of leaves. Sometimes it takes a couple decent burns just to get through that junk. And then after that, if you put it on there every 2 to 5 years, then you can maintain that habitat as something really good. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to talk to him about more than just the cedars, because he's like, that tree's staying, that's staying.
Yeah.
And he's got a lot of them, and it's like, it's okay to take it, like you said.
It is. And like I say, we enjoy our forests. That's great. We want to maintain them as forests, but at the same time, an open forest is far more productive than them closed canopy forests that we have grown accustomed to. That's not what was here originally. I'm a huge fan of history, local hunting and fishing history. And if you look back at the old surveyor's notes when they come through in the 1840s, and they run these transect lines that we call section lines now, sometimes they would go hundreds of feet between trees. If you just randomly pick a line through the forest now, you're probably not going 20, 30 feet without hitting a tree. There's so much more dense than they were historically when fire come through on a regular basis. And so, like I say, we're not looking to uproot farming or anything else. That's a great use of the land as well. But if you just have empty woods sitting and not being burned and just letting them go in kind of this preservation mindset, you're not reaching your true conservation mind goal. So like I say, the conservation versus preservation is a discussion people have had for years, but we're looking to manage the land for great wildlife habitat, not just let it sit there and fester into useless habitat.
Yeah, that's pretty much what his has turned into.
It has. A lot of Arkansas has done it. This was, historically, this was timber country. Timber and mining was basically the only two industries here. And so basically the whole landscape was logged in the late 1800s, early 1900s. And it was just grown back up. Fire was suppressed. People moved in here. Obviously, that was, you couldn't just burn freestyle. We still don't want to do that. But that's why we have prescriptions. But fire was suppressed on the landscape, and it grew up in these really dense, overcrowded forests. And that's why our habitat management is poor in many parts of the state and the area. And that's why the quail suffer. That's why the turkeys don't have as easy of a time. And deer, they're pretty generalist. They can kind of eke out a living wherever, but they're not thriving in some areas neither. There may be a lot of them, but they're not growing to their potential. So we can help all those animals, and all the way down to songbirds, are made better by opening that forest up and getting some sunlight on the ground.
So you touched on something. So you take care of your land, the deer get bigger.
They do. They do, 100%.
Bigger rack.
Bigger rack. And
bigger bragging rights.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Yeah, that's the thing. It is deer season in Arkansas. It's almost a national holiday locally, and that's good. That
Tell me about
very much
people
appreciate
take off work for this.
They do. They pull their kids out of school and everything else, and I love it. That's great. That's great. That gives something that families can get together and enjoy the outdoors with. It's an incredible thing that we still take that serious here in the state of Arkansas. And like I say, it's modern gun season will run through December the 5th here in Baxter County and the surrounding area, at least on the Arkansas side. And like I say, if you want those bigger deer, if you want a more quality hunt, and you have private property, it's probably going to take a little bit of work outside of deer season to get that habitat back to where it needs to be. And like I say, that's something that is not going to happen overnight, as you were mentioning. And even on 13 acres, it takes a little work and a little bit of elbow grease, as they say. But once you get into that and you start seeing the result, it's really rewarding to see that.
It's going to be worth it for sure.
It is. Yeah.
At 7:37, we'll go ahead and take our first break. We'll come back with more from Cody Wyatt of the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
Even on the most perfect day, the unexpected can happen. But with just one call to their local Red Ribbon expert at Overhead Door, they can get their garage door fixed or replaced in a jiffy.
Call Overhead Door Company of North Arkansas today in Mountain Home. At Letty's Mexican Restaurant, we're here to keep you safe during these difficult times, as well as serve you the best Mexican food in the area. That's why we've installed a convenient pickup window for all your to-go and pickup orders, as well as a covered outdoor seating area. Give us a call at 870-435-2532 to order your next meal. And don't forget, Letty's also provides catering for small parties or big events. Experience the best in Mexican cuisine. Letty's in Gassville. If you're looking for something wonderful and delicious, head on over to Paradise Cream for a homemade ice cream experience. With over 20 flavors like German chocolate cake and sea salt caramel, it's always homemade and delicious. Paradise Cream has something for everyone and also carries dairy-free and vegan ice cream options. So whether you like it in a cup or in one of their homemade waffle cones, you're in for a wonderful dessert experience. Located in Mountain Home next to Ramada Inn or at their Harrison address across from Pizza Hut and Castle Rental. Let Paradise Cream cater your next event, because you're on your way to paradise.
All you've ever wanted.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. Visiting with Cody Wyatt, Arkansas Game and Fish Commission, and we were talking about private lands management, in which case prescribed berms will really take care of it. They have a association, private lands association, that you can connect with other landowners, but then also get with the Arkansas Game and Fish and take classes, and then you guys can use the truck that or the trailer that has everything you need inside of it.
That's right. Our prescribed burn associations are incredible partners with us, and I cover 6 counties. Most of our guys cover 6 counties. That's a lot of area. For sure, in Northwest Arkansas, I've got 600,000 people living in just the 6 counties I cover, and so we can't do everybody's burn for them, and so we have to empower people to enact fire upon the landscape for themselves and with each other. And the whole Prescribed Burn Association, the Neighbors Helping Neighbor concept, is an incredible one, and we can help with the equipment cost, we can help with the training. But like I say, these folks are the ones actually getting out there and putting the sweat and toil back into the land and getting the results that they're looking for. And we are looking to expand those. We have started several new ones across the state in the last year. We're hoping to add a few more over the next couple years. And our vision is at some point in time to have the whole state covered by these prescribed burn associations, so that you can go get with them and you can pay a small fee, annual fee, and you have access to the equipment, you have access to the training, you have people to come help you burn your property. So yeah, that's it. Like I say, the government can't take care of all your problems. As a matter of fact, we all know they add more problems than take care of sometimes. But we can empower you to do that, and like I say, give you the knowledge, and in many cases, like I say, there's cost share opportunities available, funding opportunities available to get the majority of your fire breaks installed for mostly paid for, and so those are things that your private land biologist can connect you with and help you out with. And so, like I said, our contact information is on agfc.com. You can call the main number and they can connect you with us, or we actually have a map on there that can give you our direct number. We can call us directly. So
get the different zones.
Yes, that's 100% right.
What you were talking about, the AGFC now has a new website. They have a new app.
Yes.
And easier to navigate. I believe it's easier to navigate. There was so much information. It's like, how do you put it on there where it's easy to navigate?
That's right.
And so we were talking about deer season is upon us. You can see right here at the top left, they've got it ready for you. Find deer season dates and bag limits.
Yes.
And you can check fishing reports, just everything you can think of. Education, just click on that. It drops down a box. All the education you can want.
Yes, click on that. If you don't mind, click on that education by group, landowners, right there, straight below your cursor. Education by group. Then there's a landowners. If you're a landowner, that link right there is your friend. It puts you in contact with the prescribed burn association we are talking about.
Here?
Yes, and you go down a couple more clicks to that private lands habitat division, and that's the link where you find that map that has our contact information and all the things you need to know to get started. And so, like I said, there's the listing about the private lands biologist, there's the map and the contact information, and that search bar on the front page of our agfc.com. If you don't remember all these link paths, just that thing is your friend. Just type it in, and anything you need to know will come up, from regulations to private lands contacts to your local office contact and anything else. Fisheries information on there as well. So
You got important updates that you guys probably put on there.
We do.
Every few days, it looks like.
We're on the social media platforms as well, but like I say, information is power, as they say, and so like I say, if you need any help, you're not alone. We're out here to offer assistance. Like we mentioned, deer season and the new check system, there has been a change. There's been a few hiccups in the new system, as there always is with the new system.
It happens.
But we have had some positive reports, and we're ironing out the kinks, and things seem to be progressing nicely with that. And like you say, I really have appreciated the refresh and the update on the website. It makes it pretty easy to navigate, and usually just a couple clicks you can be to where you need to be on that website. So
very good. So what?
And you can I mean, talking about the search bar, you can put in like videos.
Yes.
And it will take you into the Rolodex of videos.
Yep.
There you go.
And there's
land management videos,
yes,
YouTube videos.
And that bobwhite quail restoration is a question we get a lot. We know that bobwhite quail populations have been in serious decline. And a lot of people much of our state doesn't even have bobwhite quail populations. And there's some really neat videos on just some simple things like we were talking about earlier, that you can do to increase quail habitat. And that way, if a covey does come through, or if a covey does begin to thrive and spread out, if you've got your habitat ready, that's where they're going to set up residency. So
they got their own YouTube channel. When you click on the Arkansas available on you, there's videos from on how to cook the food.
Yep, that's right.
To the deer, how to catch it. They've got so many things on there. I was scrolling through it the other day, and it's like, man, the amount of videos is enormous.
Right. Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah, like I say, we want to empower people to enjoy the outdoors however they see fit. Harvesting the game, as I get older, the harvesting the deer isn't where the fun stops. Like I say, cooking it and processing it, making a new batch of jerky or a new batch of summer sausage. That's where a lot of the fun comes in that for me nowadays, and getting the kids out there. And I have 4 daughters, so they're not so excited about the hunting part as they are about just being outside, and they're really into fishing. And another great entry point for kids to get started in the outdoors is squirrel hunting, and small game hunting, rabbit hunting, and it's smaller caliber guns. It's more, talking and just visiting, and then going and hunting for a few minutes, and it's not these long drawn out things that deer hunts can be sometimes. And so, like I say, there's all these different opportunities, and like I say, from squirrel hunting to deer hunting to rabbit hunting, the information you need can certainly be found right there on agfc.com. So.
When you guys have a competition during the year or at certain times of the year for squirrel hunting?
Yes. Well, I wish I had the dates to share with you today. We'll certainly do that in the future, but in January we will have the Big Squirrel Challenge, and it's basically almost works as a fishing tournament where you're bringing in your 3 heaviest squirrels, and there'll be different categories for fox and gray squirrels, because obviously fox squirrels get considerably larger than gray squirrels, but there'll be different categories. There'll even be there's generally a dog hunting category, and then just a person hunting category. It's usually in teams. My daughters participated in that last year. They had a blast, and they're looking forward to it again this year. And I had to go work the weigh-in at Springdale. So they got to go with my dad. So grandpa and granddaughter, and they had a really good time, and it's a great introductory point because, like I say, my daughters, sometimes the deer hunting is a little bit too much. It's too icky or whatever, to take and harvest a deer. But like I say, they got into the squirrel hunting for whatever reason, and so it's an incredible opportunity. And we had multiple people that told me, said, I hadn't squirrel hunted in years. But just the idea of, hey, maybe I can win a new air rifle, or we have various prizes, kind of got them back out into it, and they told me about how much fun they had, So anything we can do to facilitate getting folks back outdoors and enjoying that in any way. Like I say, if it's hunting or if it's just watching or if it's just fishing or whatever else, we're looking to facilitate that. And the Squirrel Challenge was a resounding success that we look to replicate again this year. So
very good. Yeah, I heard the winners were from Yellville. Yellville area. That's pretty cool.
So it wasn't an inside job.
No.
But my daughters won statewide for the mixed bag.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that made it even more exciting. So, exactly.
I had nothing to do with it.
Exactly. I wasn't even at that spot. So let's not start those rumors. But anyway,
Dad knows where the big squirrels are.
Yeah, Grandpa and my daughter went, and they had an incredible time. And then topping on the cake was that they were able to actually pull off the heaviest weight in the state.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
very good.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. 7:50. We'll take our final break. We'll come back with more from Cody Wyatt of the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission.
All you've ever wanted was a place to write your story. You hear it's not the right time to buy or sell a house, but really, the best time is when it's right for you. The real estate markets, they change, they go up, they go down. One thing that doesn't change is where you want to be in your life. The professionals you team up with will make your story happen. The Z Team are the professionals you need to hire for your next chapter. So call the Z Team at 870-405-0793, Century 21 Lemac Realty, 1024 Highway 62 East, retiredtoarkansas.net.
Mow, dig, haul. The L-Series compact tractor offers ultimate versatility, along with a great ownership experience and service that only a local Kubota dealer can deliver. The #1 selling compact tractor in Arkansas, and built-in quality and reliability for a great price. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today. Get the L-Series tractor for 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months.
For all your Kubota needs, visit Ozarks Farm and Lawn in Mountain Home.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detail services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, it's our desire that you think about finding a way to live your life to the fullest while living with a serious illness. If you ever need help and support, we provide a team of healthcare professionals and volunteers that will support your physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of life while doing the same for your family and caregivers in the comfort of your own home or wherever you call home. When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, we hope that you grant us permission to walk on the journey with you. Your not-for-profit option since 1979.
When you're out of town, make sure your pet is with someone who will love them as much as you do. At 201 Pet Salon and Resort, your pet is cared for just as they would be at home. 201 Pet Salon and Resort is the only all-suite climate-controlled and air-filtered boarding facility in the area with private and spacious rooms to keep your pet relaxed. And with over 3/4 of an acre of fenced play area, your pet will receive the proper exercise they deserve. 201 also offers professional grooming services. Your best friend is in good hands at 201 Pet Salon and Resort in Mountain Home.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. Our guest, Cody Wyatt, is here talking about everything Arkansas Game and Fish Commission. We've been talking about land management and deer season and his daughter winning the squirrel hunt. And one thing that we've talked about many a time since it is deer season, but even out of deer season, is the chronic wasting disease of CWD. That's impacting kind of the north, in between northwest Arkansas and north central Arkansas seems to be where the majority of the cases are. But tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, CWD is a neurological disease that impacts our deer and elk populations here in Arkansas, and it's not just in Arkansas. It's unfortunately spreading across the United States. It started in the 60s and 70s in Colorado, and we've seen it progress across the United States, and unfortunately we discovered it in Arkansas a few years ago, and it has had impact on the population of the deer, particularly, like you say, along the Buffalo River corridor here in north central Arkansas. Now you mentioned that we have some in northwest Arkansas. We do. And unfortunately, we have a really heavily impacted area in northeast Arkansas now, and so it's a always fatal disease if the deer contracts it. It's far above my understanding and how it works, but is a prion, a misfolded protein that causes neurological breakdown, and a lot of information about this on our website. and what you can do to monitor and to avoid it. Now, what we do as an agency is we offer free testing for any deer that's been harvested. We have freezers set up. They're just basically act as drop boxes that you can drop the head of the deer that you harvested in, and we will send that to a lab and have it tested. We actually test the retropharyngeal lymph nodes. It's something we pull out of the neck of the deer right behind the brain, and we send that off for testing. And you can use your check number to get on agfc.com/CWD, and you can actually check to see if your deer had CWD. It generally takes about a couple weeks to get those results back. And we're not doctors, we're simple biologists. We don't know what eating chronic wasting disease deer will do to you. But the CDC has a general recommendation not to consume that deer if it has CWD. That's a decision you make on your own. Like I said, we're not doctors. But if you want to get it tested, that's a free service we offer to hunters. We have seen, like I said, population declines, particularly in north central Arkansas here. We don't see a lot of it around the lakes, Bull Shoals and Norfolk, for whatever reason. But it is spread deer to deer, and so it could spread or not spread at any point in time. It just depends on deer interaction, and so it's something we will live with. We can't get rid of it. But I tell people that get a doom and gloom approach sometimes that Colorado seen it in captive herds in 1969. It was in the wild in the mid-70s in Colorado, and that is still one of the premier destinations for elk and deer hunting in the United States. So it's not the end of the world, but it does change how we manage our deer, and we have focused on a younger deer management strategy. So we remove 3-point restrictions so that you can harvest younger deer. They seem to be less impacted by it sometimes. At least they haven't picked up the clinical stages of it. But once these things become clinical, once they start showing signs of CWD where they're not behaving normally, they're not feeding normally, they're generally within a few months of dying. And so like I say, it's something that it is unfortunate, but it is something that we contend with and encourage people to keep hunting. Like I say, it is discouraging when a serious disease comes through your population, but one of the things we can do to control this is keep deer populations from becoming overpopulated. And that limits the interaction between deer. And so if you're seeing 30 deer a night out your back porch, that's a good opportunity for CWD to really spread through that herd quickly, So that's probably too many. But like I say, a private lands biologist visit can talk about your deer numbers and what you should be seeing and what your land can sustain, and then harvesting those deer. So our deer hunters serve a great purpose. Like I say, they're out here having a good time. We talked about it being almost a national holiday, but that's another tool in our toolbox to keep these herds in check. And we kind of changed our mentality a few years ago. When I was a kid, 30 years ago, it was hard to find a deer sometimes in deer season. You were lucky to get 1 or 2 a year. We were kind of looking to grow our herd. Now we're looking to manage our herd. And so when you're doing that, you're looking more at taking out more of the does and letting the bucks grow. We talked about that, getting those bigger antlers. Giving them room to grow, just like we do an oak tree or something in the forest. Giving them room to grow and the resources to grow means sometimes we take out and focus more on the does, and that sounds counterintuitive. Anyone that has cattle or anything else say, well, I don't kill my females, but those are the ones that I grow my herd with. But we're not looking to grow our herd. We're looking to manage our herd. Anyone that drives up and down the road at night know that we probably have enough deer as it is, So
I've
managing,
met 4 of them on the road.
Exactly, that happens pretty regular. So managing the herd is important.
About a minute. If you want to drop off your deer head, you can do it at 650 South Street, the old bank there behind the square. And they do pick up on Thursdays. So thank you for joining us.
It's
great to have you on.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Good plans for Thanksgiving?
Awesome. I'm gonna take a couple days off and go deer hunting myself, I think.
There you go.
Yes, spend some time with family. So
that's excellent. We thank you for joining us, and until next Tuesday, I hope you have a great Thanksgiving. I guess we'll be on
we got a show tomorrow. We got a show tomorrow. We will not have a show on Thursday or Friday. We'll have a pre-recorded that we're doing tomorrow. So
sounds good. Y'all have a great day.